Omaha Restaurant Week is here. It's a chance to try some new restaurants.
Or return to your favorites. The concept is simple. 3-course dinners at a fraction of the normal cost.
Oh, I love it. A portion of the proceeds go to the food bank for the Heartland. That's where Brian Barks is from. We're also happy to welcome back from the Gray Plume chef Clayton Chapman.
Hi, Clayton. Good to see you. Welcome back, Brian.
Yeah, nothing ordinary when Clayton's in the house. So what are you making today?
So we thought nothing better to celebrate the end of summer with a roasted corn soup. So we have a fun corn broth base, and then we like to do all of our soups tableside at the restaurant. So in the base of the bowl, also flavors of corn. You have a
check this out. Yeah.
Corn mousse to complement the corn mousse. You have a brown butter powder, a little bit of pickled corn. We have some smoked blueberries, and that's a little blueberry puree around the side of the bowl.
How fascinating to smoke the fruit. What does that do to the soup?
It just provides a lot of nice depth to it.
Yeah, and is this going to be on your menu?
This is.
Okay, for
Omaha Restaurant Week. So why don't you get to work? I don't know what's left here.
Yeah, we have. So we're just frying a little cornbread and some brown butter.
And the tiniest skillet I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Wait, here, I'm
what is that, about a 3-inch
so
skillet?
our viewers can appreciate the size. Here's my hand, which is fairly average, and then there's the skillet, which is super tiny, but that's fried cornbread inside. It is. Which is I don't know what's better than regular cornbread except to fry it, so that's cool.
But one of the most talked about menu items the last few years with you is the duck French duck fries. What are they called?
Absolutely, the duck fat French fries.
Duck fat French fries. I know.
You have endeared yourself to me.
Right, right. But why are they so popular?
Yeah. Well, I think there are fewer things more delicious than duck fat. So we fry heirloom potatoes in duck fat. We put a house-made garlic aioli on top with a farm-fresh over-easy egg.
Just so I said that duck fat fries is basically what they are.
Right, but there is a potato involved.
There is.
That's awesome. Okay, you keep working. I want to talk to Brian about your organization and how it ties back to Omaha Restaurant Week. Explain the connection for us.
Sure, this has been a partnership over the last 5 years where great restaurants like the Great Plume offer multi-course menu items at $20, $30, and $40. 5% if you choose a menu item off that $20, $30, and $40, 5% comes back to the food bank. So it's a great way, great partnership. It's been fantastic. We have unbelievable restaurants participating this year. There's 65 starting, and I mean they're different all over the map. And so it's a great way to go out and check out Omaha's wonderful restaurants.
And that list of restaurants, we're taking a look at that right now, and that's on the website that people can visit to figure out if they want to go to one of those restaurants.
Yeah, go to omaharestaurantweek.com.
You see there the green buttons, that's kind of your price point, heads up. But there are also a couple of designations, Clayton, and maybe you can shine some light on that, that if our viewers are looking for a particular type of restaurant that maybe emphasizes local sourcing, or like some of that information is also online, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's something you do at the restaurant. Explain your concept at the Great Plume.
Well, I mean, we're seasonally driven, so we write kind of an ever-evolving, daily changing menu based on local farmer supply. Work with a series of growers in Nebraska, Iowa, and kind of just the surrounding heartland that provide us all of our groceries.
Farm to table.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a concept that we learn a lot more about. Yeah.
What are you going to do with the money raised, Brian? And is there a goal based on last year?
Last year, this event generated in the vicinity of $12,000, and that at the food bank, for every dollar that you give us, we can generate enough food to distribute 3 meals. So if we can do $12,000 again, do the math, there's $36,000.
We asked you about this last week. What's the need like? I know there were some viewers out there that probably weren't watching last week, so remind us.
Sure, the need continues to be high, unfortunately. Yes, the economy is getting better for some, but unfortunately not for too many. We have a wonderful unemployment rate here in Nebraska and Iowa, but unfortunately what we have is a high underemployment rate. We have a lot of people out there working multiple jobs trying to make ends meet, and when they get to the end of the month, there's just not enough there.
And the food bank is there to help fill that need.
Absolutely.
So the point that you make sometimes is it's easier for you to take our dollar and stretch it than it is for us to bring you cans of food. So during Omaha Restaurant Week, there's not an easier way to bring those contributions
Absolutely. Roughly 25% of the food that we distribute is food that we buy. And we're buying it by the semi, buying it by bulk. So we can buy it much cheaper than you and I can at the grocery store. Plus, it's an efficient way to food bank because we can buy the items that we need.
Let's say we go to the grocery store, we spend $1 for a can of soup. What would you pay for that same can of soup?
Well, obviously it depends, but just for example, if you go to the grocery store and get a smoking deal for you know, say mac and cheese for 33 cents a box, we're going to get it between 10 and 15 cents. So.
That's
So
huge.
you have a bigger buying power.
All right, so the Great Plume, one of 65 restaurants.
How's the soup coming, Clayton?
It's good. We're ready.
Let's go. I'm going to try it.
So we have the cornbread. It's fried in a little bit of brown butter and rosemary.
Oh.
We just pop that right in the center of the
Is
bowl
your
there.
brain
Right in the
just a
middle.
hotbed of activity? I mean, like, where do you come up with this? And
Right,
he's
as,
adding
as he grabs the
popcorn.
tongs and grabs popcorn.
Well,
with it.
presentation is
Well,
everything, right?
We've got a wonderful staff. It definitely takes a village to keep things going. So
Well, and that's you to give credit to everybody else instead of saying, yes, I'm special, breaking your arm, patting yourself on the
But you
back.
poured the soup in this guy, right?
absolutely.
And then what? What do
so
I
then-
need to do here?
So then we bring this to the
Confused.
table
Okay.
in the bowl. We set
Yeah.
this in front of you, kind of explain all the wonderful things that are in it.
Talk about all the ingredients.
And then we pour this
Then the
delicious
soup
stuff.
goes over the
Well,
top.
to revisit the point
Absolutely.
we were making off the top, Clayton, you've got a lot of fans in the area at the Great Plume, but there are also plenty of people who've read about you in publications, they've heard friends talk about you, but they haven't stopped in. Omaha Restaurant Week is an awesome time to try this restaurant or any of the 65 that are included, simply because you've got those fixed price points, a portion of what the meal would normally cost, and you're going to leave stuff, because we're talking about 3 courses starting today, running through the 20th. And again, food bank for the Heartland. You can't beat it, Mike.
Yeah, the 20th. That's when it runs. That's a long week, Brian. I like how you guys did that.
I'm glad
it's
the
a good
work
idea.
week isn't that long.
We tried to do Omaha Restaurant Month, but that couldn't quite.
Something
sneak
tells
that
me we'll
through.
eventually get
But
there.
you know what? That's all right. That's all right.
By you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chef, thank you.
Thank you so much
Great
for
to have
having
you
us.
here.
We
Cannot
appreciate
wait
it.
to try
Yeah.
the soup.